So in the last video, you guys saw that I was trying to become a futures trader. Now, I've been researching even more over the last week, and I think that I finally got it. I think I finally understand how to trade futures. One thing I will say, it moves the exact same as indices in every single way. There is no difference. The only difference with futures is there's no spread, and wherever you enter is where you enter. You take a buy, you take a sell, you're entering at 0, 0, 0, 0. What that means is if it goes up by a tiny bit, you're up. If it goes down by a tiny bit, you're down. It really is as simple as that. There's not all these crazy different things that you see with indices or other brokers where it's like, okay, you enter a trade, you're instantly down. The spreads are horrible. It already looks like you're losing. None of that. It is a beautiful, beautiful, seamless way of trading, and I actually dig it. So in today's video, I decided to do a little bit of a challenge. I'm gonna take my $2,000-ish account. I'm gonna see what I can do with it. I'm gonna see if I can turn that into, I don't know, maybe 400 bucks, 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks, 6,000 bucks, 3.6 million, I don't know. We're gonna try to see what can happen. But here's the thing. It's currently 8:51 a.m. I have until 2 p.m. to make as much money as I can trading this futures account. Let's go, let's get into it, and let's see what happens. I think I got this now. Okay, so looking at the current markets here on NQ, a $2,000 account, as you can see. Looking at the 15-minute chart, I'm gonna go down to the 5 and see what we're looking at. Overall, price has came down to kind of the standstill point and created a lot of support. Now price is pushing past my moving average. When I go down to the 1 minute, yeah, that looks really clean. Probably gonna end up taking a buy here. I think price is gonna continue to go bullish, so I'm gonna buy in now. Keep filling me. Keep filling me. Okay, we're gonna go 8 positions here. I think this thing's gonna push to the moon. Like I said, guys, overall, I'm looking at the fact that we're very bearish. We're pushing down. Price seems to want to keep continuing down over the last couple weeks. I think it's time for it to reverse now, especially when I see this support like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major supports, 4 major legs right here on this zone. I think price is going to push from here and pretty much go back to the upside now. I think sellers are exhausted and it's time for buyers to come in. I like the way it looks on the 5. The 1 minute shows me that we're also pushing up. And then if I go back to my 15/30, as you can see, we're also on this little bit of a trend line, which I do want to draw out for you guys as well. But we're on this trend as well. I think price is going to continue in this channel back up to the upside. Right there. So I think we'll push back up towards this zone up here before we see any movements back down to the downside. So that's what I'm looking at. We will stay put and just kind of see what happens, and we'll go from there. But so far, so good. We're currently up about 130, 150 bucks. Now almost 200 bucks. Just gonna let this thing keep rolling. My main target is up here in this area. Sure, I'm eating a sandwich right now, but up in this area is my main target. But we'll see what happens. Looking pretty good so far though. Feel pretty confident in it, but hey, we'll see what happens. So as we keep pushing here on the 5, I'd like to show you guys a little bit of a better representation of what's going on. We really need price to hold above this point here. That's point 1. Where we're pushing from originally though, right here, major support. We're up 200 bucks right now, but again, my main target here is gonna be just about right here. My main target. But if we go down to our 1 minute time frame, you can see we're in a beautiful little trend line to the upside, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. You know, I like to look at all time frames as we push in a trade. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at for now. But again, we just need this to keep pushing up. We're doing well now. Price is moving. We just don't want to see any reversals here happen. The last thing that we'd like to see, hopefully stay along this line here. We'll be okay. So I don't know why I'm talking so softly, but I don't want to scare the market, so we're just trying to keep it nice and quiet. Okay, currently up about $280. As we come up to this next point, what I want to really pay attention to is how price reacts. This price is already having a little bit of an issue with this resistance here. And what I think I'm gonna actually do, I think I'm gonna close this position and wait to see if price can push past. So here's what we'll do, right? This is how I like to trade, man. That's what I like to do. So because we're having an issue at this zone, I'm gonna exit all my positions around $275. So that puts us at $260 gain on the account so far. Now what I'll do is I'll wait to see how this resistance gets reacted to, see how price is starting to push down. I don't like that. I wanna see price open, or not open, but actually push above this resistance with a nice bullish candle, and then I would re-enter for a buy. That's the way I like to do it, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We'll see. At the end of the day, 260 bucks is okay, but obviously we want to do more than that. We don't want to make 260 bucks. So we will keep an eye on it, see what happens. We're pushing back down, but yeah, let's go. Breaking news coming at you from the source. Live trading for free with me. 2-day free trial. Make some money for 48 hours. Click the link down below. Join. Like I said, 2 days free. Gets you a trial. If you don't like it, you leave. When you see that you love it, you stay. Either way, you get to make money for free for 2 days. So join it now. Click the link down below. All right, that was fast. We're back. Price is starting to push above now. I feel a lot better about these buys. We will go ahead and start pushing again into this. See if we can get something going. I'm gonna go 10 positions deep, and our next zone is going to be right around this point. As you guys can see, I have it marked. But again, that's exactly what I like to do. I like to make sure price is really gonna push, and we're actually in that zone now. Getting ready to exit all these positions one time. Okay, there we go. Closed out, another $130 profit, and we're at our secondary zone. Just like that, man. That's how I do it. That's how I trade. It really is as simple as that. What I'd like to do for you guys now that I made some profits here is kind of break down how I trade and how you guys can also have profits like this daily. Now, it might not seem like a lot, $349, 350 bucks on a 2K account. Mind you, we've been trading for currently 30 minutes, 35 minutes at the most. Not very long. We're at our zone. As you can see, we're starting to retrace a little bit. You know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but these wins add up. Every day they add up and they add up, and your account gets bigger and you're able to risk more and make more. You're gonna see some crazy things happen, but oh my gosh, price just spiked right through that zone. We're gonna go over my trading strategy and show you guys how I'm able to find positions like this all the time. Okay, so let's talk about how you can make money trading futures compared to indices. And honestly, it's not a lot differences at all, but I do want to break down some of them, and I do want to show you guys my trading strategy and how I'm trading futures now, and how you also can trade futures too. Now, I'm not trading futures by itself. I'm trading indices and futures together. I trade both. I trade indices full time. I'm not going to stop trading indices, but I'm adding futures into my portfolio. It's very simple, guys. Very, very simple. The first thing being is you only trade during New York session. Okay, you trade during New York session open, which is around 6:20, 6:30 a.m. Just like I say with indices, it does the same thing during the same time. You're gonna get the same movements, and literally there's actually almost no difference at all when it comes to trading futures and the times and everything like that. So first and foremost, we go and we find 6:30 a.m., which is right around here. Now, there's only two things we're looking for. We're looking for a break of a support or a break of resistance. But we also want to pair that with which way is the market moving currently. Now in this situation, we see prices bullish. We're breaking out of previous lows, or you could say previous consolidation period. I mean, it doesn't look great regardless of what you want to call it. It was kind of just choppy and stuck, but we broke out of that. That tells me we're probably going to want to look for buys. Now, if we're going to look for buys, we need to see a resistance or a trend line break. Now, why would it be a resistance break? Well, that's simple. As you can see, it's on the upside. Resistance is above, and if we're gonna take buys, we need to break a resistance. If we were to break through this support zone here, that would mean we're looking for sell positions. And I like the support zone because you got a couple touches in here, touches up here, touches down here. It's not perfect. Resistance and support lines do not need to be perfect. But again, we have that resistance slash support. So resistance here, support here. However, me knowing it's a bullish market, I'm looking for a buy position, okay? Now check this out. Price starts to push as I expect. We have a nice resistance zone, double top. Now here's the thing. If price can break past that wick again, I'm gonna take a buy position. 100% gonna take a buy position. Okay, we can go for a nice little 1 to 3. No reason to not, right? Double top, price starts to push, boom, we entered our position right here. We let the rest play out. And boom, it's as simple as that. We could have probably got a 1 to 5 there. It really is as simple as that. But it's not always just, okay, this is a bullish move, let's look for a buy. Sometimes it does break back to the downside and you do take a sell position. Sometimes you want to base it off of things like previous support. As you can see, we have a lot of support down here. Price probably doesn't want to come down here and break through there. We have support, we're going up. This is a bullish week, okay? You know, same thing with NASDAQ. If you want to trade NASDAQ instead of NQ, you're going to look for the same things. Now this thing ended up breaking past the resistance and flying. I could have made more money. I actually left some money on the table there, but I'm okay with that. 20% gains. It's already almost 10 a.m. I don't like to trade much past 10 a.m. So that's the main reason that I'm kind of done here. I don't want to sit here and freaking trade all day and trade into the evening. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But again, you know, we're able to break out of resistances. We're able to look at former supports and then see breakouts. And if you guys want to see the breakout that I saw here, we have support. I'll actually just do it over here, it looks better. But we have support on the 5-minute chart. As you can see, boom, price does not want to push below. We can tell that it doesn't want to push below. Now, all we had to do, go to the 1 minute if you want to, you can find a break of a trend line right here. As you can see, what happens, we have the trend line, we push above the trend line, and now we're buying. Boom, just like that. And I ended up closing right around here. This is what my trade looked like at about a 1 to 3. Could have gotten a little more and maybe even got closer to a 1 to 5, but again, I closed a little early. We got our 1 to 3, which I'm happy with, and it's pushing again. It's actually a pretty decent buy right here as well. Once again, wouldn't mind taking that position. So what does that mean? Does that mean I'm going to take that position? Probably not. Probably not. It's a pretty good position though, but we're at a pretty strong resistance here. So no, not the smartest trade. As you can see, sometimes you just really have to take a look at it and decide what you want to do. But again, simple trading, keeping things simple, keeping things light. You know, you get in, you get out, you move on. You don't hold trades for a long time. You get in, you get out, and you move on. It's as simple as that. But again, as I sit here and I play around with futures and I see that it's much simpler, better movements, better price action, you know, there's no spread. I'm realizing that trading futures it's a beautiful thing. Now, can you make a lot trading on a regular broker? Maybe not as much as you could with indices, but I got good news. Next video, we're gonna talk about getting funded on futures. I think you guys are gonna be in for a good one. I think a lot of you guys are going to realize that your life's gonna change very fast. So I appreciate you guys for coming back for this little challenge video. Unfortunately, we couldn't make $1 billion quadrillion, but I will take a 20% gain in one day. Tomorrow I'll do it again, I'll make more, and I'll show you guys what the profits are at in the next couple weeks, and we'll keep trading futures. See you guys later, peace, bye.